Hello, and welcome to Within and Beyond, where spirituality meets depth, insight, and real conversation. I'm Lorraine Appleyard, an evidential medium and spiritual teacher, and together I hope to be able to take you on the journey within and beyond.
The Brotherhood of Light. Who are they and how are they helping humanity now? For well over a century, esoteric traditions have spoken of a hidden brotherhood of enlightened beings that are quietly guiding humanity's spiritual evolution. Yet today, many people confuse this ancient teaching with the modern idea of the Galactic Council. Now, are they really the same? Or are they describing two very different realities? And if the Brotherhood of Light really exists, what might they be trying to teach humanity at this pivotal moment in history? Welcome to Within and Beyond, and I am your host, Lorraine Appleyard, and today we're going to be exploring one of the most fascinating and often misunderstood concepts in modern spirituality, the Brotherhood of Light. If you've spent any time exploring spiritual teachings, you've probably heard people speak about the Brotherhood of Light and the Galactic Council and use them almost interchangeably. But when we trace these ideas back through history, we find that they actually arise from different traditions and appear to have very different purposes. The concept of the Brotherhood of Light has its roots within the Western esoteric tradition, something that I have studied for over 4 decades. And particularly is within the movement known as Theosophy, founded in 1875 by Helena Blavatsky. Theosophy was founded on a remarkable idea that beneath all of the world's greatest religions lies a single, timeless wisdom tradition. That's the name of them, a wisdom tradition. Rather than seeing religions as competing with one another, it suggests that they are different expressions of the same universal truth. At the core of these teachings is the belief that humanity evolves not only physically, but spiritually. And that throughout history, there has existed a hidden fraternity of highly evolved beings who quietly assist the spiritual evolution. Now, Blavatsky referred to them as masters of wisdom, and later they became known as the Great White Brotherhood. Now, it's worth pausing here because today that phrase could be easily misunderstood. The word white has nothing to do with race or ethnicity. It refers to white light, to purity, illumination, and spiritual enlightenment. It's describing a brotherhood of enlightened consciousness, not a brotherhood of race. These masters, they're presented not as gods, nor are they figures to be worshipped, but instead they're described as human souls who have completed the ordinary cycles of spiritual evolution and are dedicating themselves to serving humanity from higher states of consciousness. This idea was later expanded by Annie Besant and C.W. Leadbeater, who described a living spiritual hierarchy of enlightened masters that are guiding humanity's unfolding evolution. Now, in the early 20th century, Alice Bailey continued this tradition, speaking of what she called the spiritual hierarchy, a collective enlightened teachers working in cooperation with what she referred to as the divine plan for humanity. Now, I'm going to pause there because reflect upon the idea of there being a divine plan for humanity. There is a plan. And later still from that, similar ideas within the I Am activity and the teachings of Elizabeth Clare Prophet, where the Ascended Masters are described as beings who assist humanity's awakening through wisdom, service, and inner transformation. Although these traditions differ in many respects, one theme appears again and again. Humanity is not alone in its spiritual journey. There exists a fraternity of highly evolved intelligences whose concern is not political power, not technological advancement, but the evolution of consciousness itself. The Brotherhood of Light is often described as a collective of enlightened masters, ascended teachers, angelic intelligences, and beings who have completed many cycles of spiritual growth. Their work is centered on one thing only: the awakening of the human soul. Now, the Galactic Council, by contrast, it comes from a different stream of spiritual thought. It emerged much later, within the 20th century. New Age teachings, UFO literature, and modern channeling traditions. Now, rather than focusing solely on humanity, the Galactic Council is commonly described as an alliance of advanced civilizations whose responsibilities extend across many worlds. And while many traditions portray these civilizations as being highly spiritual, their work is generally understood to involve cooperation between civilizations, planetary stewardship, and the development of cultures throughout the galaxy. So are these two groups connected? Perhaps. Many modern teachers believe they are. But they often understood to serve very different roles in different ways. And here's an analogy that you might find helpful. Imagine humanity as a school, Earth as a school. The Brotherhood of Light would be like the teachers, the mentors, the guidance counselors. Their attention is on you, each individual student. Their purpose is to help us develop wisdom, character, compassion, discernment, humility. They don't do the homework for us. They don't remove every difficult lesson. Instead, they encourage us, as any mentor would. They inspire us. They work predominantly through inspiration. They gently help us understand why these lessons matter. The Galactic Council, in contrast, would be more like the school board or the university administration. Now, of course, this is just an analogy, but I think it illustrates an important distinction. The administration isn't primarily concerned with the progress of you, the one student. Its responsibility is the well-being of the entire institution. And likewise, many New Age teachings portray the Galactic Council as having responsibilities that extend far beyond Earth. And they're often described as maintaining harmony between civilizations, upholding a broader cosmic principle, and maintaining balance, helping determine when civilizations are ready for greater interaction with one another, and overseeing relationships across a much larger community than our own planet. Another analogy might help make this even clearer. Imagine Earth as one nation among many. The Brotherhood of Light would be like wise elders living within that nation, devoted to helping its people grow in wisdom and virtue. The Galactic Council is more like an international body. Its concern isn't simply one nation. Its concern is the relationship and the well-being of many nations together. I think in terms of the whole rather than the individual. You understand? So whether you see these teachings literally or symbolically, or just as some profound spiritual philosophy, I believe that they point us towards something deeply important. It's not about speculation, but transformation. So what might the Brotherhood of Light be encouraging humanity to understand right now? The first message, I believe, is discernment. We are living in an age where information spreads faster than wisdom. Never before have we had access to so much knowledge. Yet so many people feel more confused than ever. We have fear, outrage, division, distraction, and they all compete constantly with our attention. So the invitation is to slow down. Question what you hear. Learn to think deeply. Cultivate an inner stillness. And allow your wisdom, not emotion, to become your guide. The second message is personal responsibility. Humanity has reached a point where blaming governments and institutions or other people can no longer replace the inner work that each of us must undertake. Real transformation begins with the individual, within the individual heart. And that must happen before it can ever reshape society. Every thought matters. Every word matters. Every action matters. And each one contributes to the collective consciousness of humanity. The third message from the White Brotherhood is to have compassion without naivete. The Brotherhood does not ask us to become passive. Instead, it points towards balance. Love without abandoning wisdom. Discernment without abandoning compassion. And strength without losing kindness. This perhaps is one of the hallmarks of genuine spiritual maturity. Another reoccurring theme is unity without uniformity. Every soul walks a different path. Every tradition offers its own language. And every culture reflects a different facet of truth. Yet beneath these differences lies the same essential humanity. Spiritual maturity is not about everyone believing in the same thing. It's about learning to seek truth with humility while respecting the dignity of others. Many people believe that humanity is moving through a period of accelerated awakening. I certainly do. But whether you understand that psychologically or spiritually or symbolically, it's certainly true that we are living through extraordinary times. Old systems are being questioned. Old assumptions and ways of thinking are being challenged. And millions of people are searching for a deeper meaning. History has often shown that periods of uncertainty becomes periods of profound transformation. And if there's one message that echoes throughout the Western esoteric tradition, from Theosophy to Hermetic philosophy to Christian mysticism to spiritualism, there is perennial wisdom found across the world's great traditions. It is this: develop your character. Cultivate wisdom. Serve others where you can. Deepen your relationship with the divine, however you understand that. Remember, every act of kindness, every act of integrity, every act of forgiveness adds light to the world. And that, perhaps, is the true work of the Brotherhood of Light. It's not rescuing humanity from the outside, but inspiring humanity to awaken from within. The purpose isn't to remove our lessons. It's to remind us that every challenge contains an opportunity to become wiser, more compassionate, and more fully aligned with the highest expression of who we are. And maybe the greatest message that they have always sought to convey is this: the light you seek has never been separate from you. Your task is simply to uncover it, embody it, and allow it to shine into the world. Until then, be the light you wish to see in the world. Choose wisdom over fear. Choose love over division. And together, we bring a little bit more light into the world. I thank you very much for listening. Please do give a like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you again here on Within and Beyond. I wish you all the very many blessings, and may you walk with Spirit. Bye for now.